Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Continue reading from Srimad Bhagavatam. We are on Canto 4, Chapter 8, Text 71. Tatra Vishikta Prayatas
Tatra Abhishekta Prayatah
Tam Uposya Vibhavarim
Tam Uposha Vibhavarim
Samahita Paryacharad
Samahita Paryacharat
Rishi Adeshena Purusham.
Rishi Adeshena Purusham.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada. Elsewhere, Dhruv Maharaj, having arrived at Madhuvan, took his bath in the river Yamuna and observed fasting in the night with great care and attention. After that, as advised by the great sage Narad, he engaged himself in worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So usually that's what devotees may do, First, when they reach the pilgrimage, they'll take bath in a holy river and they'll fast. And then after that, as advised by the great sage, he engaged himself in worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Prabhupada is writing, the significance of this particular verse is that Dhruv Maharaj acted exactly according to the advice of his spiritual master, the great sage Narad. So this is how Dhruv Maharaj, he achieved perfection. He was determined he was, and he was determined to act according to the instruction of his Guru Maharaj. That was his determination. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti also advises that if we want to be successful in our attempt to go back to Godhead, we must very seriously act according to the instruction of the spiritual master. So Srila Prabhupada, when he was not yet started ISKCON, he said he had read this commentary on the verse, Bhagavad Gita chapter 2, I forget, is it 41 or 44? He read the commentary of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, where Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that the success is in following the instruction of the good spiritual master. And Srila Prabhupada's spiritual master had given him the instruction that you preach the message of Bhagavad Gita in the Western countries, in the English-speaking language, translate books, write books, and translate the books, he told them. That's what Srila Prabhupada took it up as a mission, and we can see he achieved so much success that practically everywhere in the world now, Krishna's names are being heard and chanted. Until today, people are becoming devotees by just reading Srila Prabhupada's books. So that is the way of perfection. Yasya prasadat bhagavad prasado, yasya prasadat nagati kutopi. We're singing every day in the Guru Ashtakam. By pleasing the spiritual master, Krishna is pleased. By displeasing the spiritual master, Krishna is displeased. So how do we please Krishna? Please the spiritual master. Please follow the instructions of Srila Prabhupada. There need be no anxiety over attaining perfection, because if one follows the instruction given by the spiritual master, he's sure to attain perfection. This is the secret. Follow the instructions. Our only concern should be how to execute the order of the spiritual master. A spiritual master is expert in giving special instructions to each of his disciples. And if the disciple executes the order of the spiritual master, that is the way of his perfection. So the spiritual master gives the instruction according to the particular nature of the disciple. He will not give the same instruction to everyone. Someone may give an instruction, distribute books. Someone may have maintain the temple. Someone may have, depending on the on the nature of the devotee, of the disciple. So this is what Dhruv Maharaj is doing. He's following the instruction of Narada.
I just want to share one experience, Hare Krishna. I just want to on this a practical experience, and this happened in Taiwan temple only, and this happened with Bhavnaji because she shared it in her temple that her Guru Maharaj told her she was really adamant for opening the food restaurant here, and that was before COVID. And then she asked Guru Maharaj, and then Guru Maharaj said, "No, Bhavna, it is not. I don't think now you can just focus on something else, or you can start the, like cakes and something." And then she said, okay. And then she started that. She does that online. She give the cakes and books. She has made a page, and then you can order the cakes, the offered cakes with her. And then she did that. Then again, but because she wanted to do it, she again asked Guru Maharaj, but I want to open the, and Guru Maharaj again said no. And then after that COVID happened, and then she shared her experience, and she said that if I would have done that on my own will without asking Guru Maharaj, and then I was still wondering why Guru Maharaj is saying me no, it is such a good thing to do that. But then she didn't know that COVID is going to happen, but the Guru Maharaj knew it somehow that it is not good for her now, and then she did not. And then we all know that what happened, because if she would have taken a place, the rent and everything, and then there was nothing at Kuwait in 2 years. There was nothing. So she shared this on her Guru Vyas Puja of I think Narsimha Maharaj is also her Guru. Shilpaji, if I'm not wrong, right? It was the same day.
Yeah, Nishinga Maharaj.
So then she shared on the Vyas Puja, when there was the Vyas Puja, then she shared this experience. So yes, this is practical. Like, I mean, that yes, if you have Guru, then you should take suggestion from them, and they're always right.
Jai. Thank you. Triratrante, Triratrante.
Triratrante.
Kapita Badarashanaha.
Kapitadbhadarashanaha.
Atmavriti Anusarena.
Atmavritti anusarena.
Masam Ninye Archayan Harim.
Masam ninye archayan harim.
For the first month, Dhruv Maharaj ate only fruits and berries on every third day, only to keep his body and soul together. And in this way, he progressed in his worship of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Wow, so difficult. Only 5 years old, huh? He's not craving sweets like usually small children want so many sweets and cakes and junk food. But Dhruv Maharaj, for the first month, he's eating only fruits and berries, and that also on every third day. Kapita is a flower which is known in Indian vernacular as Kayeta. We do not find an English equivalent for the name of this flower, but its fruit is generally not accepted by human beings. It is eaten by monkeys in the forest. Dhruv Maharaj, however, accepted such fruits, not for luxurious feasting, but just to keep his body and soul together. The body needs food, but a devotee should not accept foodstuff to satisfy the tongue in sense gratification. It is recommended in Bhagavad Gita that one should accept as much food as necessary to keep the body fit, but one should not eat for luxury. So then what are we doing? We are offering to Krishna and then we accept. So different varieties of food, different cuisines. Could be Italian, Mexican, Chinese, whatever comes to mind. American. Offer Krishna and then eat. And in this way, we accept even all the amazing, amazing kinds of food, all the varieties of food. Dhruv Maharaj is an acharya, and by undergoing severe austerities and penances, he teaches how one should execute devotional service. We must carefully know the process of Dhruv Maharaj's service How severely he passed his days will be shown in later verses. We should always remember that to become a bona fide devotee of the Lord is not an easy task. But in this age, by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, it has been made very easy. We are not able to understand the great treasure Lord Chaitanya has given us. We're not able to appreciate the compassion of Lord Chaitanya enough. We think, oh yeah, fine, because we are handed it so easily, we are not able to take the value. I can just speak for myself on this regard. Otherwise, it's not easy to approach Krishna. No, Bhaunaman Janmanamante, Krishna says, takes many lifetimes and lifetimes. And Krishna says that one who comes to me is very rare, very, very rare. And here, because of the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, it's become easy. Lord Chaitanya is freely giving anyone, everyone, just chant Hare Krishna. Does not matter where you're from, who you are, which family, which gender, which community, which nationality, it doesn't matter. Anyone, everyone. But if we do not follow even the liberal instructions of Lord Chaitanya, how can we expect to discharge our regular duties in devotional service? It is not possible in this age to follow Dhruv Maharaj in his austerity, but the principles must be followed. We should not disregard the regulative principles given by our spiritual master, for they make it easier for the conditioned soul. So it's always the Acharya, they will never compromise the principle. The details may change according to time, place, each individual, circumstance, but the principles of devotional service are never changed. For example, Srila Prabhupada, he made so many changes to the details, not to the principles. Like before in India, women were not getting initiation. But here, when Prabhupada came to America, he saw that men and women are mixing freely. So he was like, if I'm just going to tell only men, no women, nobody's going to come. He opened it up, gave to everyone, not considering. So the details he changed, but not the principle. Chanting and then offering prasad. Anything you offer, doesn't matter. You can offer Mexican food or Indian food, doesn't matter, but offer. So the principle is offering. Detail is okay, which cuisine is it? That may vary according to the taste. As far as ISKCON movement is concerned, we simply ask that one observe the 4 prohibitive rules, chant 16 rounds, and instead of indulging in luxurious eating for the tongue, simply accept prasad offered to the Lord. This does not mean that without fasting, the Lord should also fast. The Lord should be given foodstuff, which is as nice as possible. But we should not make it point to satisfy our own tongue. As far as possible, we should accept simple foodstuff just to keep the body and soul together to execute devotional service. So Prabhupada, he simplified. He said four regulative principles and chanting 16 rounds. That's the standard he made for in getting initiation in ISKCON. It is our duty to remember always that in comparison to Dhruv Maharaj, we are insignificant. We cannot do anything like what Dhruv Maharaj did for self-realization because we are absolutely incompetent to execute such service. If we think we can do what Dhruv Maharaj did, 5-year-old boy going to the forest, not being afraid that he'll be eaten by wild animals, but the determination taking up the instruction of his spiritual master. Now we are seeing that in the first month, he's eating only every 3 days, only fruits and berries. So he's really, really, really up there. We can't even do a tiny bit of what he did. But by Lord Chaitanya's mercy, we have been given all concessions possible for this age. So at least we should always remember that neglect of our prescribed duties in devotional service will not make us successful in the mission we have undertaken. It is our duty to follow in the footsteps of Dhruv Maharaj, for he was very determined. we should also be determined to finish our duties in executing devotional service in this life. We should not wait for another life to finish our job. So why we should try to finish it in this life?
Because we don't know that next time we'll get the human birth or not. And we want to go because we are not sure if we might fall down.
That's right. Next life, we may be an animal, then we can't engage in devotional service. Then again, going through the evolution process, 8,400,000 species. So as far as possible, we should, of course, one who's chanting for them, one who has taken up devotional service, then in the next life, again, Krishna says, one who has taken up the process but is not successful, next life, he gives them the opportunity to continue where they left from, and then the person continues to engage in devotional service. He's born into families which are rich or aristocratic, or if he's really advanced in his previous life, then he's given chance to take birth in family of great transcendentalists. Yeah. Mm. So the desire should be to have that, to go back home, back to Godhead. Krishna is there. Everyone is there. Engage in service of Krishna. Revive our relationship with Krishna. We have an eternal loving relationship with Krishna. And we can revive it very easily in this age of Kali by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. So the more we delay, the more we are um, delaying to engage in this loving relationship. We have so many loving relationships, and then we want to maintain the relationship. We don't want to. We have a loving relationship with someone. We want to maintain it. We work towards it. We don't just disregard it, right? And so we have this eternal loving relationship with Krishna, which we have forgotten. We simply have to revive it and engage in that loving relationship. It can be done by chanting Hare Krishna. Vityam cha tathamasam.
Dityam cha tathamasam.
Shaste shaste abhrakudine.
Shaste shaste abharkadine.
Rina paranadibihi shirne.
Trina parna adabhishine.
Kritano vyarchayan vibhum.
Kritano abhyarchana vibhum.
In the second month, Dhruv Maharaj ate only every 6 days, and for his eatables, he took dry grass and leaves. Thus, he continued his worship. Imagine every 6 days and eating only dry grass and leaves, not even fresh. Tritiyam chanayan masam.
Trityam chanya manmasam.
Navame navame hani.
Navame navame anhe.
Abhaska uttama shlokam.
Abhaksha uttama shlokam.
Apadhavat samadhina.
Upadhavat samadhina.
In the third month, he drank water only every 9 days. Thus, he remained completely in trance and worshipped the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is adored by selected verses. So, not only that he's fasting, but he's worshipping. He's worshipping. That's what Narad Muni told him, you worship the Supreme Lord. And he's in samadhi, completely in trance. Trance means what? His mind is completely engaged in the service of the Lord. Chaturtham api vaimasam.
Chaturtham api vemasam.
Dvadashe Dvadashe Hani.
Dvadashe Dvadashe Hani.
Vayu Bhaksho Jita Shvaso.
Vayu Bhaksho Jita Shvaso.
Dhyayan Devam Adharayat.
Dhyayan Devam Adharayat.
In the 4th month, Dhruv Maharaj became a complete master of the breathing exercise, and thus he inhaled air only every 12th day. In this way, he became completely fixed in his position and worshipped the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I don't even know how many breaths we take in a minute. Dhruv Maharaj is breathing after 12 days, one breath. Panchame Masi Anuprapte.
Panchame Masi Anuprapte.
Jita Shvaso Nirpatmajaha.
Jita Shvaso Nripatmajaha.
Dhyayan Brahma Padakena.
Dhyayan Brahma Pada Ekena.
Tasthav Sthanur Ivachalaha.
Tastau Sthanu Ivachala.
By the 5th month, Dhruv Maharaj, the son of the king, had controlled his breathing so perfectly that he was able to stand on only one leg, just as a column stands, without motion, and concentrate his mind fully on the Parabrahman. Standing on one leg. He's controlling his breathing, he's standing on one leg, and his mind is completely fixed on the Lord. Sarvato mana akrishya.
Sarvato mana akrishya.
Hridhi bhutendriya yashayam.
Hridhi bhutendriya ashayam.
Dhyayan bhagavata rupam.
Dhyayan bhagavato rupam.
Na drakshit kincha na param.
Na drakshit kinchana aparam.
He completely controlled his senses and their objects, and in this way he fixed his mind without diversion to anything else upon the form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The yogic principles of meditation are clearly explained here. One has to fix one's mind upon the form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead without diversion to any other objective. So fixing the mind on Krishna. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita also, fix your mind on me. It is not that one can meditate or concentrate on an impersonal objective. To try to do so is simply a waste of time, for it is unnecessarily troublesome, as explained in Bhagavad Gita. There are many people who will say you can meditate on nothing, but we can never meditate on nothing. We have never experienced nothing. It's always something. There's no void. There's no void. If we say it's an empty space, but then there is ether in it, it's filled with something. There's ether there. So fixing the mind on the form of the Lord, that is the goal of yoga. Are there any comments or questions? If no, then we'll stop here for today. Thank you so much for listening in and joining in. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai.